Last topic of this chapter 6, carbon cycle. Now first of all we will see what do you mean by carbon cycle. As you know, cyclic thing means when it is come from one place, again it is returned to the same place. So the carbon cycle is a series of chemical reaction which you can see here. So this series of chemical reaction in which the carbon as a chemical element in the form of CO2 is removed from the air and used by the living organism in their body processes, and finally again when it is returned to the atmosphere, this is called as carbon cycle. Now we will see the essential steps of the carbon cycle. There are total 6 steps you have to learn in this cycle. First one, photosynthesis. So as you know, atmospheric CO2 are 0.03% in our atmosphere. This was fixed by producers. As you know, they are the plants. So with the help of photosynthesis, they can fix this atmospheric CO2 and they can produce carbohydrates like sugar and starch. Now the second step. This starch and sugars are consumed by consumers through the food chain, and they are passes from the plants to the animal and to the decomposers. Now here carbon is an essential element of all body tissues, both for the plants and animal. Now the next thing, third step, we all living organisms like plants and animals releases CO2 at the end of the respiration from our cells to the atmosphere. In our cells, we are producing energy and we are giving out the carbon dioxide, and this will goes to the atmosphere. The next thing, the dead remainings of the producers and consumers can be decomposed by these decomposers, and they are breaking down this organic material into the carbon compound. So they are again releasing carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. So this is a fourth step. Now next we will see what is combustion. This producer, consumer or the decomposers, at the end of the fossilization, the dead remaining of this producer, consumer and decomposers going for the fossilizations, and they are producing some fossil fuels like wood or the fossil fuels like coal or the petroleum or the natural gas. So this all thing will be burnt. Which is called as combustion. And the carbon contained in it oxidized to the carbon dioxide. So this again release carbon dioxide which can goes to the atmosphere. All the fuels which are named here, coal, oil, gas or the petroleum, they comes from the living organism, and at the end of combustion it will be oxidized and convert into the carbon dioxide, and this will goes to the atmosphere again. Now the last step, which is called as heating limestone. Certain amount of carbon dioxide it is released from this limestone by hitting or burning the limestone in the lime kilns, and this also release CO2, and the CO2 again can add it to the atmosphere. So like that you can see here, this is the series of chemical reaction in which the carbon dioxide in the form of carbon, it is removed from the air, it is taken from the air. They are used by the living organism in their body processes, and finally with the help of respiration or the decomposition of combustion or the limestone in the burning and heating, again they are giving carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So this is called as carbon cycle.